Now, from what I've seen, there's not a lot of people out here, say on this platform, YouTube, that attempt to explicitly explain, directly explain what God is. And the truth is, our linear language is limited. So to try to explain what we subjectively experience with a linear language system is oftentimes challenging and difficult. And people that are really tuned into and tapped into the presence, which is you, by the way, it's an all-encompassing presence which you feel yourself into. It's not something that you think or something that you do. It's something that you feel, you tune yourself into. And it's sort of like a melting feeling. Like, wow, all is here right now. I am all around. I am the same light that is animating everything. And again, it's beyond explaining, because when this presence is all-encompassing, and it's absolute. It's a profound sense of love that is beyond any mentation or intellectualization. And both the love and the presence is love. Both the love and the presence are absolute, meaning it can't be anything other than that, meaning that's all there is. And to attempt to point at this with language, which goes from point A to point B, which moves in a seemingly real sequence, this is a different realm, dimension than the presence, because the presence is, again, absolute, which means that it's timeless, it's formless. It's an expanded awareness that literally I am all of this. And to try to describe this, we won't say defeats the purpose, because language can be a bridge to connect the linear domain to the non-linear domain. In fact, it is, especially when this is the intention of expression, of verbalization, as it is now, as I'm speaking. As I'm driving, I am feeling this state, and a desire arose to whip out the phone and record this video that you're now witnessing, that I am too. For Alex really didn't know what is expressing now. Not planned. However, again, the desire is real. It's a heartfelt desire that I want to share. The essence seeks and yearns to share and express itself, especially when you spend a lot of time in solitude and a lot of time in meditation, self-inquiry, self-reflection. You want to feel that heartfelt connection with other human beings. I made a video a while back on here. What is the Matrix? What is simulation theory? And one of the things I said in there is, how do we transcend the seemingly real 3D physical reality, base reality, we can say, that we, all of humanity, all of us share, that we can all relate to. One of the things I said in that video is actual heartfelt connection with other human beings. Not just texting or phone calling, but in person, feeling each other's presence. That natural, energetic exchange. That's one of the intentions of why I'm serving at a restaurant, namely. It's much deeper than money. A few coworkers commenting about tips and, chatting. I told one of them, I said, I don't even check my tips. It's a gift. And I've told a couple tables that too. They asked me, how much should I tip you? I say, that's up to you. That's your discretion. I see it as a gift. So I'm happy with whatever. I accept whatever you decide to give. You feed a hungry man. And you see how much easier it is to tap in divinity later that day in meditation. Self-reflection. Whatever your method of yoga, of union, divine introspection. Where we, again, tap in, tune in to the all-encompassing presence. That is us. That is all of us. I don't speak from the place that I know this and I have this and I am this and you're not. I'm speaking from the place that you have it too. That fundamentally you are it too. That we all share this. I'm not better than you. And again, it's absolute. So, by its very nature, the profound love, the love of God, which is beyond all attachments, emotions, beyond what we can say is human love, beyond all conditions, beyond the human condition, that's absolute love. I guess I'm holding the phone. Get up close and personal with you. It can be best described as presence that accumulates within us when we see this as our purpose to steadily, daily connect to this, to ever deepen our soul's awareness, to realize that there's a higher intelligence that animates all of us. And this is our focus, our priority, namely divinity, beyond anything we can imagine conceptually. It compounds, it builds. It builds up so much that you can only contain so much. It's got to express, it's got to share itself. Because it is the self. Self with a capital S. God. Everything is that very same self. So you stop thinking of an outside God as if there is an outside God, but you start thinking as God, that I, in creation, there is no separation between I and everything. This is the one I. We can say the eye in the sky, the eye from which nothing is hidden, the eternal I that is the ever-present witness. That again is beyond all language. It's a profound lovingness and presence. Repetition. We can be aware of every little movement, every blink of the eye, every single moment. Every in-breath and out-breath, seeing that life is connected to death. Life, death. You're beyond birth and death. Can you imagine something that is before eternity? Try to even conceptualize or fathom eternity, something that's never ending, let alone something that's before eternity. Can you imagine? You reach a certain point on your spiritual journey where you realize that the intellect can only take you so far. That the human mind can only allow you to spiritually evolve to a certain point. And you realize that the fundamental truth, the timeless truth, the transcendent truth is beyond the mind. We tune into it, that the self, everything around yourself, as you, the presence, when we drop the mind. Because when we drop the mind, we're not subject to time, seeming sequence. We realize that subjectively, the only realness is the eternal presence, beyond all concepts, which, when we're harmoniously aligned with it, with this, with the presence, all concepts, thoughts are focused in that direction. Really, the only freedom that we have as human beings is the inward direction of our attention. The only free will we really have is where we place our attention, what we choose to focus on. And every little choice we make determines our destiny, the character that we embody, that we live as in this three-dimensional physical reality, which we can see as a great game. You're a character. All of us are a main character in our own personal story. And thus we can compartmentalize our personality, not take it so seriously, because you realize our ultimate identity is beyond anything that we can perceive with the five physical senses. But so long as we're aware from within a body in this 3D reality, tapped in, tuned into ever higher frequencies and levels of awareness, to the ultimate divine presence, we can navigate, traverse this world with ease and with peace and bliss and transcendence and purpose, because we don't take a personal identity so serious, because we identify with context, the context of this presence. a lot of us may want to avoid feeling this. Say we feel that somebody is very different. There's just something different about them. We might not be able to put our finger on it, but we feel it. Maybe we don't consciously realize it, but our subconscious is highly aware of this. And one's ego is very intelligent. It wants to continue to survive. So it will unconsciously avoid being around people with this higher degree of presence. This is what I've realized through observation, witnessing the world around me when I'm in certain environments. Of course, like attracts like. And when you commit to abstinence, this amplifies this process. This universe that we're in. We can say the algorithm. It deepens the process and expedites it. You'll synchronistically, naturally meet other beings that are on a similar wavelength, similar frequency, when you commit to celibacy. Because the life force builds up within you abundantly. And things start to happen around you beyond what you can explain conceptually, beyond any explanation of cause and effect. And this happens because of that. Beyond all logic and reason, and the profundity of the synchronicity is oftentimes baffling. It's mind-boggling. It's not something that you can wrap your head around and you can understand with the mind. And that's where humility, as I said in a recent video, what does it require of oneself to commit wholeheartedly to succeed in the journey of celibacy? The video title is Success in Long-Term Seed Retention Requires This, based on 3+ years of abstinence. In essence, humility is being able to sit silently, quietly within oneself, within the presence, without any self-image present, without any personality that says I have to seek this or go do this. To simply sit and be the loving witness. All is here now. Simply observe the thought process from a detached viewpoint, where there's a distance between what is you, the presence, and mental ongoings, and what is the mind, and what is the body. The body's the outer garment. You change the body like you change clothes, right? The body's changing on a daily. You may eat something one day, eat something different another day. Accordingly, the body changes. But what is the changeless? What is the eternal? What is the presence? That is beyond bodily identity. Of course, we want to treat the body accordingly, intelligently, because it is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So we don't want to neglect it. There's a proper balance. Spiritual maturity has to do with balance. Not to be too polarized one way or another way. There's so many things that I can say. But this is the truth. The silence, the crickets, stillness, the presence, timeless, all-encompassing awareness. These are words that point to an inner experience that includes everything in existence. And thus, there is no difference between inner and outer. As you listen, as you witness, as you watch this is happening within you. Even though this video was recorded how many ever days ago? I said was, but is recorded however many days ago. Because time isn't a factor. As you listen to this, watch this now, you're watching it live. Alive and in the flesh. God bless.